4th down and 6. Olbridge gotta have it. Shotgun formation. Nugent, a lot of time. Rolls out. He's running out of space. Will roll the other way. They look, corner of the end zone. Touchdown!
Rowan heading for the touchpad with the lead, and the Profs will take the men's 400-yard freestyle relay.
Andrews will be in shotgun. He takes the snap, makes the handoff. He'll throw it down the left sideline. He's got a wide open receiver. He's got the touchdown.
Motion man is Simmons. Trotman throwing towards Simmons down the field, and he makes the catch in traffic for a Bearcats touchdown.
Back to pass, middle of the field. The catch is made by Britt. She's off to the races at the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Britt is in for the score.
Back on in, here's Yoxon. Yoxon to the backhand, trying to go to the front, makes the move and shot, and he scores!
And Gracie comes set and delivers. And that's it on the ground to second. Throw to first, in time, and the ball game is over. South Shore survives a late scare, and they are the 2024 New York State Little League Baseball champions. Live from Great Kills Little League in Staten Island, New York, the PDF Sports Network is proud to welcome you back into coverage of the 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Championship. In our third game of pool play, Saugerties Little League takes on White Plains Little League. Good afternoon, everybody. Once again, my name is Joe Foreman alongside Nicholas Bavona, and we are a bit delayed coming onto the air for this game because of a roster issue that was occurring up in the press box. We're not sure what the nature of that issue was, but it delayed our receipt of lineup. So Nick and I do not have the starting lineups yet.
It was a pronunciation. I think that was the word I heard. It was one of the players' pronunciation.
A pronunciation delayed the lineup?
I think so, because the public address announcer was trying to get the right name. I could be completely wrong. That's why I thought originally what the case was. I think they were told one thing, then they got told a different thing about one of the players' pronunciations. So I think that might have been the cause for it, but I could be completely wrong.
There are some difficult pronunciations between these two teams, and speaking of these two teams, Saugerties and White Plains, they are being introduced out on the field. So, Nick, as we preview this game, you can shift our camera onto the infield where I have a close-up view of these players taking the field. But this is our third game of pool play here today. Wins for SJS and South Shore in our first two games of the day. This is a game that John Malone highlighted for us on the slate entering the day. However, the luster around this matchup perhaps lost just a bit as these two teams played an 8-inning game and a 5-inning game their last time out. So opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of pitching availability. We'll see if that impacts this one. We're still looking for our first game that is relatively close. The two games thus far, margin of victory 10-7.
Well, when we were talking to John Malone about these two teams going into this matchup, Joe, earlier on, he talked about what Saugerties has done so far in their district and what they have done overall this season. And look at what they did in their tournament. They outscored their opponents 114-13 in that tournament. They were, there are big-time players in this lineup. Bradley Longo, Levi Hunter, to bring up a couple. Cam Lyons is someone that also we're going to be looking into as this one as well. So that's something that we're going to be looking into for Saugerties lineup-wise and see if they can continue those hot bats. But speaking of hot bats, this White Plains team has also been red hot. I mentioned it earlier on in the broadcast and during the welcome parade. 5 of their hitters during their district tournaments were hitting .452 combined. That's a great number right there. And we have 2 players as well that have hit at least 4 home runs as well in their lineup. So we could see some offensive fireworks here in this third game of pool play here today.
Well, they say chicks dig the long ball, Nick. We have not had a home run today.
We have not.
And we saw quite a few last year. Don't overlook the ability of these young sluggers to put one over the wall in the outfield. But this is a matchup that is, again, our third here on day one of the 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Championship. This game is played as part of the American pool. In the national pool, St. James Smithtown defeated Penfield, and South Shore defeated Scotia Glenville. The finals in those games, SJS over Penfield 11-1, and South Shore over Scotia Glenville 7-0. The national anthem will be played here. We'll step aside and then talk a bit more about the American pool ahead of our third game in pool play here this afternoon.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships, as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
We're so gallantly seen, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
Joe Foreman and Nicholas Pavona back with you from Great Kills Little League, where we are just about set to get underway in Game 3 of pool play as Saugerties Little League takes on White Plains Little League as part of the American pool. White Plains will be the home team in this game. We'll talk a bit more about these two teams shortly. We are still trying to pencil in our lineups. I think what Nick and I are going to do is take the lineups in as we go, but we will get you the pitching matchup before we get underway, and I'll pull that up very quickly on my phone. Had to have the lineups texted to me to get them to us in time. But on the side of Saugerties, it will be Bradley Longo getting the start. He wears number 21. Again, he will start on the mound against Nick Napolitano. He wears number 2 and will bat third on the side of White Plains. So keep that in mind as we move ahead in this game. Pitching matchup, Longo versus Napolitano here in Game 3 of pool play. And Nick, we talk about it time and time again, how important it is to get off to a good start in pool play. 1-0 really sets the stage for you to have a lot of success moving forward. That being said, it puts a lot on the shoulders of these starting pitchers to get your team out of the gate strong.
And when we talked about those offensive numbers as well for these two teams, there's a lot of pressure already for these two pitchers coming into this matchup because you've heard all the numbers. You're trying to figure out to yourselves, you know, when you hear those numbers, Joe, you and I always like to make this joke. You think that it's going to be an offensive shootout? Very well could be a pitcher's duel between these two pitchers here today. And we realistically don't know exactly what we're going to be in store for. But if John Malone, you know, he hyped it up in the welcome parade, let's see if it lives up to the hype here in this third game of pool play.
We are just moments away from first pitch from Great Kills, getting underway about 3 to 5 minutes late in this one. As we mentioned before, there was a bit of a delay when it came to the lineups. And Nick, you suspected it may have been a pronunciation issue. I can certainly see that. I just can't imagine that would delay the submission of a lineup card. So we will move forward with the pronunciations we were given by the coaches. I'm sure all of those are correct. We haven't gotten any complaints yet. That's always a good start through 2 games of pool play. Always a good start, but I'll be penciling in these lineups as we go. So White Plains in the field first. Saugerties, again, the visiting team in this game. White Plains home. We'll get you the lineup for Saugerties top to bottom very quickly with just the last names. I mentioned Bradley Longo will be their starting pitcher. He leads off, followed by Lyons, Hunter, Marino, Ursig, Mayon, Tiano, Puglisi, Ford, Bosch, Lasusa, and Pavlidakis. Into the box steps the starting pitcher for Saugerties, Bradley Longo, and we are set to get underway from Great Kills.
Leading off for Saugerties, number 21, Bradley Longo. Pitching.
Trumpet sounding just below us over the speakers in right field, Nick. I'm 1 for 1 in this game already early on.
I wasn't going to mention anything until you said it.
That's okay. As the first pitch of the game misses for ball one. And that pitch is taken inside now. Nick Napolitano behind 2-0 here. He's the starting pitcher for White Plains. 2-ball count on his counterpart, and it's now 3-0.
Quick 3-0 count here. So Napolitano in an early jam, trying to avoid giving up the leadoff walk on 4 pitches.
Well, we saw the early walks really hurt Penfield as that pitches in at the knees for a strike.
And we've also seen, Joe, in both games so far, the away team has gotten at least a run in the top half of the first inning.
That's in for strike 2. And Nick, I'm not sure if you've caught it, but I've now seen 2 separate pitches where it looked like Napolitano slipped on the turf upon planting his foot. I've seen that twice now. And there's a swing and a miss as he comes back to strike out Longo.
Well, it's certainly not affecting his confidence if that was the case. I didn't get the chance to see it, but does get the punch out after being down in the count 3-0, and there's one away in the inning.
Cam Lyons will be the batter here. He gets the start at first base.
Probably one of the taller players we have called in this tournament.
No doubt. I flex it every year. I was large at this age, both in stature and in body weight. It's probably, this kid's 11 and 12. It's probably 5'1", 5'2", about 135 pounds at this age. Count 1 ball and 1 strike on Lyons.
You didn't have to do that to yourself.
Yeah, I ate quite a bit. It was not a healthy weight, let's put it that way. 2-1 the count now. I don't think anybody here has that problem. That's hit sharply on the ground, back up the middle for a base hit. And Lyons is on with the first Saugerties base hit of the game.
That was a ripper right up the middle for a base hit. First hit, as you mentioned, of this contest. And Saugerties has an early base runner.
Levi Hunter, the right fielder, will bat third. Comes to the plate with Lyons on first and 1 out. Hunter, a left-handed batter. And he looks at a strike 0-1.
Look at that base hit off the bat of Lyons. He's over at first base. Saugerties looking to get the first run of this game.
He hit that ball hard, Nick. There's a chopper toward the middle once again. Chance for 2. And they turn the double play 6-3. Good job on the infield, knowing how much time he had over at short by Jake Van Dole. And he turns the 6-6-3 double play. That will do it for Saugerties in the first inning. We head to the bottom half of inning number 1. No score.
State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
NYS Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
And we are back from Great Kills Little League. Bottom half of the first inning about to get started in our third game of pool play. Saugerties turned aside after a one-out base hit and a double play in the road first. And now White Plains to the plate against Bradley Longo in the bottom half. First pitch from Bradley Longo was in for a strike. The second was fouled back. Very close to finishing my lineup, Nick. I'm trying to sneak it in here. 3 batters away. Here comes the 0-2. Down low, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch coming. Down and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Breaking ball right there thrown by Longo, but did not get the batter to chase. Now 2-2.
This is Jack Mayer at the plate here. And he takes ball 3.
So interesting style we had in this so far in this game, Joe. First batter up the top of the first was up 3-0. Count got full. The first batter of this inning was down 0-2, and now it's a full count once again.
Payoff pitch. Line foul toward the third base coaching box. Watch out over there.
Call it the hot corner for a reason.
A lot of heat on that ball. Another 3-2 upcoming. There's a chopper foul off the top of the Saugerties dugout. It remains 3-2. Another payoff pitch on its way. On the inside corner for strike 3 call. Mayer goes down looking for the first out in the home first inning.
Mayer thought that was ball 4, but just got in there for a called third strike, and a very lengthy at bat, but it ends in a strikeout for Longo, and there's one away in the inning.
That will bring up the shortstop, Jake Van Thal. Mayer, the leadoff hitter, getting the start in center. Now working my way down the White Plains lineup here. That's fouled up into the netting, 0-1. Oh, 0-1 the count on the White Plains shortstop. Pitch from Longo, just off the outside corner, 1-1. The 1-1. Down low, 2-1. Two 1. Missed badly for ball 3. We've seen these pitchers forced to work from behind quite a bit early.
Now Van Thal up 3-1 the count. Longo trying to avoid a 1-out walk.
And he hits one sharply through the left side for a base hit. And White Plains has their first base runner of the game with 1 out in the home first inning.
And it was very similar to what we saw in the previous half inning as well, Joe. It was 1 out, nobody on, and a hard hit ball. This time down the third base line and getting through for a base hit as Van Thal is on with a 1-out single.
That will bring up the pitcher, Nick Napolitano, and he hits one softly to third. They'll go to second with it. Low throw handled, and the throw to first was high. Aggressive slide as well, but a clean slide by Van Thal. Good show of sportsmanship there. Help his opponent up, and they get the out at second as Napolitano reaches on a fielder's choice.
Yeah, it was a very close play at second base, and thankfully getting up was the shortstop. So a big, good job by Marino staying in there on the play. Now 2 gone in this inning. Runner remains at first base.
Leo Carroll, the catcher, at the plate here, and he looks at strike 1. Longo delivers the 0-1. In for a called strike 2. Comes the 2-strike pitch. Hit hard on the ground to the right side, backhanded over at first, and the flip over to Longo is in time. Nicely handled by Lyons at first. Longo does a good job to cover, and that will do it for White Plains in the home first inning. We are through 1 from Great Kills, and Nick, for the first time today, we have no score after 1 inning of play.
To sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
And we are back from Great Kills Little League with a quick reminder that all of our coverage this week is free on YouTube. However, if you're tired of those YouTube ads and want to support Great Kills Little League and the PDF Sports Network, you can purchase our premium pass on Boxcast. Enjoy the entire week's slate live and on demand, free of YouTube ads, and connect with Nick and I in the live chat for just $5. All proceeds from sales of our premium pass go to Great Kills Little League and all of us here at the PDF Sports Network. You can scan the QR code to purchase now or check out the link in the video description on YouTube. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Saugerties here in the top half of the second inning. And perhaps mercifully for us, Nick, the clouds have rolled in as that's hit softly to second base. And very quickly, Cash Marino is retired on 1 pitch.
Well, for the viewers at home that are tired of those YouTube ads, I'm certainly tired of this humidity. It has been brutal today, Joe, and the sun was not a big fan to you and I.
Sky's not necessarily dark, but definitely a lot of cloud coverage, and I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
That pitch misses low to Matthew Ursig for ball 1. Napolitano comes set and delivers. That's in for a strike, 1-1. The 1-1. Misses low. I think we have some aspiring umpires down the line, Nick.
Not the first broadcast that's happened. It certainly won't be the last.
It will not be the last. That's a certainty. And there's a chopper past the mound, played at second. And plenty of time to make the throw over to first. 2-away in the inning.
It's a nice play on the bounce right there by Feldman over at second base. Quickly 2 gone in the inning.
Well, I was trying to find him on my lineup card, Nick, and he's batting 12th. I didn't get that far yet, so we are still working on it, trying to catch up. They've made it easy on me, though. 2 4-3 putouts to start the inning, as that's taken outside by Walter Mayon. The 1-0. In for a strike right at the knees. And that misses high. 2-1.
Certain some of the aspiring umpires might have been a little bit not sure if they like that call.
There's a chopper to short. Handled cleanly and a strong throw across the diamond by Van Thal in time. And that will do it for Saugerties in the top half of the second. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Nick Napolitano. His team comes to bat with no score.
Staten Island Academy is the only pre-K through 12 independent school on Staten Island. And it really is designed for students to go through the entire educational experience in one setting.
What the Academy seeks to do is take every student to accelerate their gifts and their strengths and to find those gifts and strengths that are yet unknown.
I think the community is something that you can't match anywhere else. It just makes you feel comfortable doing what you like to do every single day.
Tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
And we are back from Great Kills, where we have no score entering the home half of inning number 2. 4, 5, and 6 to the plate. Upcoming for White Plains as they look to strike first against Saugerties Little League in our third game of pool play. As that's hit sharply off of Longo, and he is down. I think it got him in the shin.
Hopefully he's okay, but yeah, that was a liner right up the middle.
Hopefully he is able to get up, and it's just the initial shock of that blow. It looked like the ball hit him in the shin. You'd hope, I think, that it hit him in the foot. Where did it get him, Nick, in the shin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be painful. So what we'll do, Nick, is step aside and take a quick break as they attend to Longo. When we come back, it's a runner on and nobody out for White Plains.
Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you.
We'll see if Longo is able to stay in this game. Be quite the show of toughness if he's able to do so. That was a rocket shot off the bat.
Yeah.
I think it caught him after one hop, Nick, which makes it a bit better.
There wasn't really much time to react to the ball. That's the problem for him.
Yeah.
He not much time reaction because, as you mentioned, it was a hard hit ball. When you have those happen, it goes at a very high exit velocity, as they like to stat that when you're hitting home runs and stuff like that. That certainly had a very high velocity right off of the bat. We'll see if Longo remains in this game.
He looks okay, and I think at the very least it didn't hit him on a line. It bounced once, and there's never a good time to get hit, but getting hit on a line typically does not end with a pitcher being able to stay in there. But Longo showing a great deal of toughness, and he's going to gut this one out. The leadoff man once again was Fraylin Cruz. He is on to open up the home second, and that pitch is taken for a strike by Liam Sulivera.
We'll see how Longo can respond after getting hit on that last play. Gets a first pitch strike right there.
There's a swing and a miss by Sulivera. He's behind 0-2. The 0-2 hit sharply on the ground, played at second. Their only chance for an out is at first, and Lions could not secure the ball. I think that's going to be a throwing error at second base, Nick. They had the out, and Lions with the stretch, almost able to keep it in his glove, but I think that's one situation, Nick, where your size hurt you.
Yeah, and that's one where, that's a tough one because they went the right way towards first base. It was going to be a close play at second. And, yeah, sometimes the size does hurt you on that type of a play. And for now it gives you first and second, nobody out here for White Plains.
At the plate now, Johnny Breeze. How's that for a name?
We could certainly use a Breeze right now.
Now he's on the official roster as John Breeze. They had him on the lineup card as Johnny Breeze. Johnny Breeze really works.
Johnny Breeze does sound right.
Now, if he was a prolific base stealer, I think it would fit even better.
Yes.
He's in a 2-strike hole here. Big moment in the game for Longo and Saugerties. Chance to retire the number 7 hitter, work toward the bottom of that lineup, and keep these runners where they are as that gets through to the backstop, but neither runner thought about going.
Big break right there. Saugerties, as both runners, as you mentioned, did not advance.
Yeah, I thought for sure they would take off once that got through. But it is a short backstop here at Great Kills. As Breeze takes outside, 2-2. That's up and away, and the count's full.
Huge pitch right here early in this game.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And he fooled him with an off-speed pitch. Breeze got caught out in front.
Huge strikeout right there to record the first out for Longo, Joe. And you mentioned it, that off-speed pitch. That was certainly one that fooled Breeze. Huge first out for Saugerties.
That's a big pitch at a big moment for Longo. After the first 2 batters reached, coming off the ball, hitting him in the shin. And he continues to battle here as that's in for a strike to Nico Saugerties. Saugerties, the starting third baseman, looked to hold that swing, and he did, 1-1. Comes the 1-1. There's a swing and a miss. Another good off-speed pitch from Longo, and he's beginning to find his rhythm, Nick.
Let's see if he goes back to it again here, Joe, on 1-2. He's fooled those last couple of batters so far.
He looks dialed in, and that's fouled off. But another off-balance swing there. That's something that Longo would like to see continue the rest of the way in this one. The 1-2. Fouled off. Saugerties seeing that pitch a bit better. You could see it. Longo limping just a bit on his way back to the rubber. Still feeling the effects of that ball. Another 1-2. Hit in the air, center field. Falling fast, and it gets down. But they have a play at second. It's a low throw, and they get the out. Good job there to stay with it by Tiano in center. And coming over to cover at second was Marino. That will go down as a fielder's choice. And there are now runners on the corners. 2 out in the inning.
Yeah, it's a good heads-up play to notice the runner wasn't towards second base, and they just got that out at second to get the second out of the inning. So now, for Saugerties, they're 1 out away from at least escaping this trouble.
That pitch I thought was called low, and it is 1-0. Max Goldberg, the batter. Runners on the corners, now 2 outs. And he fouls that one off. And judging by the way that ball really died on its way out to center field, you'd think that there's a good deal of wind knocking that ball down. Not so tonight. It is calm out here right now. The flag's moving just a bit, but it's been a very calm day as that gets to the backstop, and heading to second is Saugerties.
Now base hit could bring home 2 runs right here for White Plains.
Huge at-bat for Goldberg. It was already a big at-bat. It just became bigger with 2 in scoring position. And he fights that one off foul. 2-2. Comes the 2-2 pitch. Hit sharply to first, but it got in on him just enough. Lyons will take it himself, and that will do it for White Plains in the home half of the second inning. They strand 2 in scoring position, and we are still scoreless headed to the top half of the third.
Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
And we're back from Great Kills Little League, still with no score, as we head to the top half of the third inning. Opportunities for both teams with a runner on in this game, neither able to convert, but Nick, no opportunity to this point better than the one that White Plains just had in the bottom half of the second.
And a great opportunity, as you mentioned, but heads up by Longo, who obviously got injured in that last half inning off of that chopper towards the mound and was able to stay in this game and was able to work out of that jam and keep this game scoreless as we now are in the top half of the third inning.
Napolitano comes set and delivers the first pitch of the third inning high for ball one. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Saugerties, Tiano, Puglisi, and Ford. And the 1-0 is in for a called strike, 1-1. The 1-1. This is low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1. Chopper toward the middle. Tough play. Strong throw. Not in time. Good effort to make it close by Feldman, but he just couldn't get enough on that throw.
Yeah, tough bounce over at second, and you mentioned it, not an easy play whatsoever. It's an infield single to start the top half of the third.
Designated hitter, number 1.
That will bring up Cameron Puglisi. Left-handed batter looks at that pitch on the inside corner for strike 1. Nick, I'm starting to feel some light rainfall once again.
You feel it?
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't felt anything yet.
Yeah. Sky above us a bit darker. As that swung on and missed, there goes the runner, and they got him at second. Strong throw from behind the plate by Carroll, and they cut down Tiano trying to steal second base.
Huge out right there. And it's a costly one right there for Saugerties now.
You get the leadoff man on. You hate to give that runner away. Tough to throw a runner out on a swing and miss, but they pulled it off.
Yeah.
And that pitch is on the inside corner for strike 3 called. Puglisi goes down looking, and very quickly Napolitano has 2 outs here in the third.
We got to look at that caught stealing at second base, and you mentioned a great strong throw from behind the plate to get the runner in time for the first out of this inning, and that punch out makes it out number 2.
At the plate now, Teo Ford. He takes high, ball 1. In the game thus far, a couple of base hits for each side. Nothing home yet as we play in the top half of inning number 3. That pitch in for a strike. Count even at 1. One and 1. Chopper high on the infield, handled it first, and easily getting to the bag in time was the first baseman Breeze. That will do it for Saugerties in the road third. A base hit in the inning, erased on a caught stealing, and that's all for the visitors. Coming to bat when we return, White Plains, still no score.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
Home half of inning number 3 from Great Kills Little League. Still no score between Saugerties and White Plains. Seems foreign, Nick, that we get into a game this late without a run.
Well, I kind of mentioned it beforehand. You and I usually like to make that joke where you hear the offensive numbers, you think to yourself, this probably could be a shootout, but most of the time it leads to a pitcher's duel, and so far we've gotten that.
Here in the White Plains third inning, Walsh, Delanoy, and Feldman due up. 10, 11, 12. 1-0 pitch from Longo. In for a strike, 1-1. That pitch misses down low, 2-1. And that's taken outside. Count 3 balls and 1 strike now. There's a swing and a miss to run it full, 3-2. And you have to keep in mind all week long, Nick, we say it all the time, every full count, that's a lot of pitches you have to use out there on the mound, and they add up very quickly over the course of a week. And that is low, ball 4.
Leadoff walk issued to start this third inning, and yeah, it's a huge factor. These pitch counts mean a lot of things for multitudes of reasons. We already spoke about a bunch of times over the day about a certain pitch, the certain amount of pitch count you have during a game could potentially, take you out for an extended period during this tournament that at the end of the day you might need someone as the tournament goes on.
And you said it as well, Nick. That's just it. Leadoff walk. They kill you. They kill you, and we see it so many times, those leadoff walks come around to score. I'm almost inclined to say you're better off giving up a hit to lead off the inning just because so often the walks we see are lengthy at-bats. And when the hitter wins the battle that way, I think it can be demoralizing for a defense and for a pitcher.
Right.
Here, Jack Delanoy ahead 2-1. Big pitch upcoming from Longo, and he misses low. Swing was held up by Delanoy, and now he's ahead 3-1.
To walk the number 10 and 11 hitters in the order would not be ideal for Longo to start this inning.
And he does just that. Back-to-back walks. 2 on, nobody out for White Plains. And Max Feldman, Nick, you would think would be asked to bunt.
You would think that's the case, especially with the top of the order after Feldman. So don't be surprised if you see it right here.
Number 1.
See if they follow through and lay one down. Also, could have a pitching change, and it looks like we will. So making his way in from right field is Levi Hunter, and it appears he will be the new pitcher. So, Nick, let's throw it to break. When we come back, Hunter takes over. Feldman coming to the plate for White Plains, followed by the top of the order.
To sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
And we're back from Great Kills, still with no score, but White Plains is threatening in the home third inning. They have the first 2 men on via walks, and Max Feldman comes to the plate against a new pitcher. Levi Hunter takes over for Saugerties, and we speculated before the break, Nick, that we think Feldman might be asked to bunt.
Yeah, I would be stunned if he didn't bunt in this spot, considering we have the top of the lineup right after him. So we'll see what Feldman does here in this at-bat.
There's a fastball in at the letters for a strike, and
took it all the way.
He showed no signs of bunting. And now if you do try and lay it down, you have one pitch, and he will, and it's bunted foul. Interesting decision to take one there when the ultimate call was to try and bunt.
Yeah. The bunt, unfortunately, was shown just a bit late, so that's why I went behind the plate.
Do you dare try it again?
Cannot.
That's taken high. I think typically the bottom of the order guys have some good speed. Players typically ask to bunt quite a bit in these tournaments based on history. So I think you are right, Nick. You can't try it. You let him swing. It's now 2-2. You put it in play, odds are they're not getting 2 outs on the play, and then you turn it over to the top of the lineup. That's fouled off. Whether or not Saugerties can get this out changes the complexion of this inning completely. If you can get this out, you then have a chance to escape it unscathed, and they will, as that was swung on and missed by Feldman. Hunter reared back on that pitch, blew it past him, and with one away, it's back to the top of the lineup.
Huge out right there recorded. Cannot be understated how big of an out that is right there for Saugerties. One gone in the inning.
And there's a breaking ball strike to Jack Mayer. He struck out looking his first time. Comes the 0-1. That's taken low. The 1-1. Blooped on the infield, caught by Hunter. The runners get back, and there are 2 away.
No movement whatsoever right there for the runners at first and second. That pop up towards the mound. Towards Saugerties, second out of the inning.
That will bring up Jake Van Thal. A big spot for him. A base hit would likely score a run. That is obviously not a certainty, but still a chance here with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. You find a gap, maybe you go in front by a pair. Meanwhile, Hunter looking for a huge third out, and he may have it. That's it high in the air, shallow left center. 2 players come together, and the catch is made. Oh, that looked dangerous for a moment. Pulling up at the last second, looking like he was about to dive, was the left fielder, Pavlidakis, but a good job there to pull off and allow his center fielder to make that grab. And that will do it for the home 3rd inning. White Plains strands a pair. Still no score as we head to the 4th.
Staten Island Academy is the only pre-K through 12 independent school on Staten Island. And it really is designed for students to go through the entire educational experience in one setting.
What the Academy seeks to do is take every student to accelerate their gifts and their strengths and to find those gifts and strengths that are yet unknown.
I think the community is something that you can't match anywhere else. It just makes you feel comfortable doing what you like to do every single day.
Tournament would not be possible without the great support of the Staten Island Advance. Not only does the Staten Island Advance have full coverage of the tournament, but we are committed to covering Island youth sports year-round and all news close to home. Pick up the paper today and look for great subscriber deals now for our loyal readership. Visit us online at silive.com for news and photos of this week's tournament and all the breaking news on Staten Island, the nation, and the world. The news of Staten Island is the Staten Island Advance and silive.com.
4th inning getting started here at Great Kills. Still no score between Saugerties and White Plains. Pool play game number 3 in this 2025 New York State Little League Baseball Championship. Back to the mound, Nick Napolitano working on a shutout, entering the 4th. Saugerties has already gone to the bullpen. Hunter did a great job in relief as that's hit toward the middle. It just got by Napolitano, but his second baseman is there to make the play. Moving over from short to second is Feldman. At least I thought he was at short before, Nick. Am I mistaken?
Feldman was always second baseman.
He started at second, right,
Yes.
right. It was Van Thal at short. You're right. But it was Feldman who tried to make that long throw across the diamond from the shortstop position earlier.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. That was the confusion. But a quick first out here in the fourth as Tristan Bosch went down quickly.
It's the old pitcher's best friend. One pitch, one out.
Count now 1 ball and 1 strike on Deegan Lasusa. He takes up and in 2-1. Two one. Fouled off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2. He reached, was able to get a piece of that one, chopped right to Feldman again, and very quickly they were 2 away.
I'm very surprised that he was able to make contact with that play. That one was almost on the other batter's box, but it was an out recorded towards second base, and now 2 gone in the inning.
That was a very defensive hack, but good job just to put the bat on that ball. And the dribbler goes for out number 2. That pitch inside. At the plate here is Grayson Pavlidakis. And he takes high, 2-0. Outside, ball 3.
Politano doesn't want to walk the number 12 hitter right here. Keep this inning going.
We saw what can happen when you turn it over to the top of the lineup with 2 outs last game. Scotia Glenville was an out away. I almost did it, Nick. Very close. As that's taken up and in ball 4. But Scotia Glenville was an out away from getting out of the inning. And then South Shore rallied with 2 outs for a couple of runs, and that completely changed that game.
Big difference maker into why South Shore won game 2 of today's pool play.
Back to the top of the order, and very quickly, Bradley Longo hits a chopper. They go the short way to second, and that will do it here in the top half of the 4th. Saugerties turned aside despite the 2-out base runner. We head to the home half of inning number 4. Still no score.
Deli, we're glad to be your go-to pizzeria, serving you the best pies, signature sandwiches, and gourmet meals in Staten Island since 1971. Visit us at 5373 Arthur Kill Road to find out why we're the island's best for quick bites and full-sized catering. Whether in person or on location with our food truck making stops and bringing it all to you, Town Deli is where excellence in quality meets taste. Voted the island's best. Stop on in and let us serve you. Awards and Trophy Center is proud to sponsor this week's New York State Little League Championship. Located at 1600 Highland Boulevard on Staten Island, we pride ourselves in not only building trophies, but building relationships as we service our community and treat you like family. Your event and its achievements deserve the best. That's why Country Awards and Trophy Center is ready to work with all of our clients to make your event a memorable one, with awards, trophies, and gifts that make a lasting impression. Come see why we love our customers and they love us. Visit us today.
We are back from great kills, where there remains no score here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. The 2 sides have had limited chances, but White Plains certainly with the better of them. They've had 2 on a couple of times and failed to score. They will send 3, 4, and 5 to the plate here in the 4th inning. Nick Napolitano at the plate behind 0-1. Looking to get things started here. That's hit sharply to first. Lions bobbled for a moment, but he recovers and steps on the bag, 1 away.
Good recovery right there by Lions to record that out at first base. And As you mentioned, it's been a pitcher's duel between these two teams as we head into this bottom of the fourth, still in search for our first run.
This one in stark contrast to what we've seen earlier in the day. The first two games combined 19 runs, 12 in game 1, 7 more in game 2. 18 of those belong to two teams. 11 for St. James Smithtown, and then 7 more for South Shore. As the 1-1 misses to Leo Carroll, 2 balls and 1 strike the count. That pitch down and away, 3-1 now, so we've seen quite a bit in this game. White Plains working the count. They drew a couple of walks in the third as that's fouled away. But you find ways to get on. Eventually, you can expect to break through for a run. They've reached on an error as well. And that's hit sharply through the hole on the left side for a base hit. White Plains with a 1-out base runner here in the fourth as Carroll has his first base hit of the game.
Yeah, and you saw right there, worked the count, got a couple good pitches, and you talked about it, you know, when you're in this type of a game, you're looking for a mistake pitch at some point, and now I'm saying that that was a mistake pitch, but it was a good one that was able to award a base hit for White Plains.
Even if not a mistake, you need to find that pitch to your liking in a game where both teams are struggling for runs. One swing might be enough to win it for your team. You don't want to get too big at the plate and try and do too much as that gets to the backstop. Hustling for second is Carroll, and he's in safely. A wild pitch puts the go-ahead run in scoring position for White Plains. Still just 1 out.
And now a base hit will bring home that runner potentially from second base. Give White Plains this 1-0 lead potential.
There's a big swing. Fraylin Cruz at the plate, took a big cut on 1-1. And the count evens up, or I should say, runs to 1-2. Takes that pitch high. Count now even at 2-2. Comes the 2-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Cruz goes down swinging, and once again, Saugerties, and specifically Hunter, with a big strikeout, pitching with a man in scoring position.
And he fooled Cruz on that pitch as well. Got him to swing a little bit out in front. And as you mentioned, a huge punch out once again. And it's now 2 gone in the inning.
That one fouled away by Liam Sulavera. He reached on a throwing error from second base earlier. A base hit here could give his team the lead. He's behind 0-1, and Hunter will step off as the ties cleat. Silvera, as I mentioned before, reached on an error. It was a big opportunity for White Plains in the second. They had a runner on third. They had men on the corners in that inning with 2 out. Could not break through. Chance here with 2 outs again as that's chopped down the first baseline, scooped up and flipped. And Lines dropped the ball! And the go-ahead run comes in to score!
Wow.
They had the out at first. Hunter was right on top of Lyons, and Lyons had the ball pop out of his glove. We couldn't see it at first, directly up the line, but that ball ended up on the turf. And credit to the base runner, Carroll. He never stopped running, and he scores the game's first run.
What an unconventional way to see the first run of this game come around, Joe, for White Plains, as it looked like they were good. Saugerties was going to be able to get out of another jam, and another costly error this time will cost them a run.
That is a tough, tough error for Saugerties. Good news is that it's just a 1-run game. That being said, you are down to your final 6 outs, and I said it, Nick, it could be one big swing. In this case, it was one big miscue in the field. That right now is the difference. As very quickly Johnny Breeze goes down swinging, and that will do it for the home half of the fourth. but not before White Plains breaks through. It is an error in the field for Saugerties that cost them the go-ahead run. White Plains in front as we head to the 5th.
State Little League Championship is proud to have Dave & Buster's as a proud sponsor. Where are you going after the game? There's only one place with delicious food, ice-cold drinks, games on the big screen, and fun for the whole family. Food and drink specials are available all week with the latest video games and the biggest arcade on the island. Redeem tokens for great prizes and come back often because Dave & Buster's is the place to be for game day and all the days in between. Turn on the fun with Dave & Buster's on Staten Island.
And we're back from Great Kills with one more reminder that you can enjoy all of the New York State Little League Baseball Championship for free on YouTube. But if you do grow tired of those YouTube ads, or you just want to support Great Kills Little League and the PDF Sports Network, you can purchase our premium pass on Boxcast. Over on Boxcast, you can enjoy the entire week slate live and on demand, free of YouTube ads, and connect with Nick and I via live chat for just $5. All proceeds from sales of our premium pass go to Great Kills Little League and the PDF Sports Network. You can purchase an entire week of premium access for just $5 by visiting the link in the description of our YouTube video or by scanning the QR code on your screen. And Nick, we're about to begin the 5th inning. Big error in the field for Saugerties, very costly. The go-ahead run comes home, and now a chance for Cam Lyons to get things started after he lost that ball over at first base, allowing the run to score.
He has one of the hits right now in this game as well. So a little bit of a connection issue with the camera at center field, but we're good to go now again.
That one's chopped up the third base line. Close play coming at first, and no chance to get Lyons. He has his second hit of the game. He's on with a dribbler down the line. That goes for a leadoff single.
There is just no play on that small dribbler down the third base line. Lyons easily getting into first base standing, and he represents the tying run.
Very quickly, the tying run on base. Levi Hunter, the batter. He's done a tremendous job in relief since coming in, and was betrayed by his defense just a bit. Looked to be out of that inning. I thought maybe he'd even take it all the way to first.
Right.
But there were a lot of bodies converging on that first base bag. You can't blame him for getting rid of that ball as he swings and misses here for strike 2. We've already seen 2 double plays today, Nick. Hunter hit into one of them in his first at-bat, 6-6-3. As that misses low, 1-2.
Boy, would White Plains love a double play ball right here.
They sure would. They take an out via strikeout. And that is inside. 2-2.
Napolitano right now about to hit his 50th pitch of this game.
Not a bad pitch count at all, working in the 5th. And that slice toward the left field corner could be trouble. It's down for an extra base hit. The ball is scooped up in the corner and cut off by Van Thal. But it is a stand-up double for Levi Hunter. He's gotten it done on the mound. He gets it done at the plate. 2 in scoring position for Saugerties.
And now we'll see what White Plains does at this spot, Joe. Runner on second and third, nobody out. And now a great chance for Saugerties to not only get their first run this game, but to take the lead for the first time today.
That pitch taken out of the zone for ball 1 by Cash Marino. Nick, I think all he has to do is hit the ball relatively hard, and if he can put it through the infield, his team may take the lead. And that is hit sharply, played beautifully by Feldman, and now the 2 runners converged on third. Heading home is Lyons, and he is out at the plate. What a play by the infield for White Plains. And the defense from the home team gets them 2 outs on our second double play of the game.
And that's a double play you don't see often as well, Joe. That's a very costly double play right there for Saugerties. Second and third, nobody out. Now turns into a runner on third and 2 outs.
Officially, I think we had 4-3-2 in the double play, Nick. Did they go straight home from first base?
We'll look right now.
Matthew Ursig, the batter here.
4-3. 4-3-6-2.
All right, 4-3-6-2. Thank you, Nick. And that is a brutal break for Saugerties. And I think with the infield in, you have to know as the runner at second that you can't go on contact at third.
Yeah.
Unless they had the contact play on. If the contact play is on, then you need to go, regardless. It depends on whether or not the contact play was on. But Lyons would have been dead to rights if he took off on that pitch when it was hit. And he had no choice but to go home with 2 runners on third. Maybe could have tried to induce a rundown and get back, but an impossible position he was put in. And now White Plains 1 strike away from escaping, and they do. Ursig goes down swinging. Napolitano comes up big. His defense perhaps coming up even bigger. We'll get one more look at that double play as we head to break. White Plains maintains their 1-run lead. They look for some insurance when we come back.
The Staten Island Ferry Hawks are proud to be a sponsor of this year's New York State Little League Championship because one championship organization deserves another. Come check out another amazing season with us at Staten Island University Hospital Community Ballpark with great ticket and group deals, theme nights, and fireworks displays. Good luck to all of our teams this week from your friends at the Staten Island Ferry Hawks. We'll see you at the game.
Industrial is your all-in-one supply and tool store for commercial, industrial, and domestic industries. A leader in HVAC supply stores, K&S provides various building and maintenance supplies for office buildings, industrial plants, schools, homes, and more. We also specialize in getting our customers hard-to-find items. If you're looking for HVAC supply stores that also offer anything else you might need, look no further than K&S Industrial. If they make it, we'll get it. K&S Industrial.
Home 5th inning from Great Kills Little League. White Plains clinging to a 1-run lead, Nick, and their defense came up huge in the top half.
Well, you don't see often a 4-3-6-2 double play when the runners had second and third and nobody out. You don't see it often. You probably won't see it anytime soon once again, but huge double play turn by White Plains. They get the Napolitano strikeout to end the inning, and from second and third, nobody out, to escaping the jam, still up 1 run, and looking for some insurance here in the home 5th.
Well, you see it there on your screen. Saugerties out hitting White Plains 5-3. You could argue they've had the much better swings in this game as well, Nick, but the 2 errors looming large, and right now, that is still the difference. As we play in the home 5th inning, White Plains hoping for some insurance in this spot. A 1-run lead never feels quite safe, Nick, no matter how well your starter is pitching. And boy, has Napolitano been good. That's lost in all of this. He has a shutout through 5.
And only 56 pitches thrown as well. That's the more impressive stat about it. He has not had to throw many pitches through this game to get the shutout. And the more impressive thing, obviously, was that last half inning. How, you don't often see someone escape second and third, nobody out, and not give up a run, but that's exactly what he did.
Credit to the White Plains defense and their pitcher. But Saugerties really rebounded nicely from a tough break in the previous half inning. They had the error that allowed the run to come in and immediately came up to the plate and took care of business for the first 2 batters. But it was a base running mishap that really hurt them. And those are things you can correct over the course of a week. It's not a huge error where you can't possibly fix it over the course of one day to the next. So that's the good news. The bad news is if they don't manage to get on the board in the 6th, they'll fall to 0-1 in pool play.
It'd be a really tough way to go out on this one if they were to lose this game when they were 1 base hit away from taking a 2-1 lead.
Nico Sucherbino was retired to begin the home 5th inning. At the plate here, Max Goldberg.
Showed bunt on that first pitch.
Goldberg retired on a grounder to first, and he hits it that way again. Lions will step on the bag, and once again Goldberg out, 3 unassisted, 2 away.
And this is a good start for Saugerties. If they can escape this inning, keep it a 1-run game, it will certainly put pressure on White Plains to try to maintain that 1-run lead. They are warming up a pitcher right now at the current moment. So we'll see if they stick with Napolitano or not in the 6th.
Well, this has been a very, very fast-moving game, Nick. I'll have to double-check our schedule for when we're expected to go on for our final game of the evening, as that's in for a strike. At the plate here, Christopher Walsh. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2 now. But we're not expected to go on until 6:30 for our final game, so we are going to have a lengthy break between games if this one goes just 6. Count 2 balls and 2 strikes on the White Plains extra hitter, and he is a strikeout victim to bring the 5th inning to a close. Not to be lost in all of this, Nick, Levi Hunter, a great job in relief. The deficit remains just 1 run, and we head to the 6th. Saugerties looking to get even and prolong this game.
To sports, why be good when you can be legendary? At Legend Sporting Goods in Brooklyn, we service the community with only the best custom apparel, embroidery, and service, specializing in youth sports, so that the leaders of today become the legends of tomorrow. We're proud to support all of this week's great athletes and invite everyone to check us out and make us a part of your team. Come see why Legend Sporting Goods is in a class by itself. Visit us online or call us now.
And we are back for the 6th inning from Great Kills Little League, and Nick Napolitano back to the mound for the home squad in this one. White Plains leading 1-0. He makes a bid for the shutout, looking to improve his team to 1-0 in pool play.
It's been a dominant start for Napolitano in this game, Joe. Got into a lot of trouble that last inning, was somehow able to work out of it, and he's now 3 outs away from giving White Plains an early 1-0 or 1-0 win and a potential 1-0 record in pool play.
For Saugerties in their half of the 6th, 6-7-8 due up. First pitch of the inning misses for ball 1 to Walter Mayone. Mayone 0 for 1, grounded out to short in his first at-bat. And he's quickly ahead 2-0.
And we talked about it, that White Plains did have a pitcher warming up, so if Napolitano were to work a walk here, we'll see if he stays in afterwards.
There's a strike, 2-1. 2-1. Chopped foul, or at least thereabouts, and it does go foul. And something that is very interesting from this perspective, Nick, and something that we lose a lot when we're far disconnected from the action, you get the chance to take in these games, and you see the parents wearing the name and number of their child out there. Watching them take in their son's game is something special, as that's popped up on the infield, and Napolitano makes the catch. 1 away in the 6th.
Yeah, I mean, when I was playing Little League, that's always something I wanted to have. I wanted my mother, obviously, to wear my jersey, try to make her proud as much as I possibly could when I was playing on the field. But, yeah, no, it's always a special moment seeing the parents here representing their children. They're not only, pre-tournament, but just throughout their entire Little League careers.
And I have to be completely transparent. I was a talented player in CYO anyway, not a very big league, but I was a CYO All-Star. The problem is I just didn't have the work ethic to be an athlete in an organized sport. I think I had the talent, but I just never had that work ethic. I never wanted to practice. I always wanted to play video games and just show up on game day, as that's taken for a strike.
You must have listened to the Allen Iverson interview where he was talking about practice a lot.
Lucas Tiano at the plate here. But the point is, not to be lost in this, is the dedication it takes to not only make it onto one of these district championship squads, but to then move on and perform at a high level in this state championship. There's a lot of hours that we don't see that goes into these young athletes making it here. And that is a work ethic I did not have at that age. I think the work ethic got a bit out of control as I got older, but when I was young, I definitely enjoyed my bike rides around the neighborhood, 2 Slurpees a day, and plenty of Nintendo.
And I'm sure you might have that entire sequence happen once we're done with pool play today.
I might still enjoy those things, minus the bike ride. Here comes the 2-2. And that's hit well out to right field, and that will roll to the wall for an extra base hit. Heading for second is Tiano, and he is in standing with a double.
Well, don't look now, Joe, but Saugerties once again has a runner in scoring position, 1 out here in the 6th off of that double.
No quit in this Saugerties squad. They fell behind by a run after the error in the 4th inning. A couple of base hits to get things started in the 5th. They were turned aside. Now in the 6th, they have a man in scoring position.
And that'll be off in Napolitano. He will finish at 67 pitches, Joe, in this game.
So he did not reach 66 prior to the start of that last at-bat. He has to rest for 3 days. And they'll bring in the left-hander here.
I believe that's Crew. No, wrong number, sorry.
Really tough to make out the numbers from here. I think that's Mayer, who came out of center field.
Yes.
And Nick, take a look at the delivery. It looked like he glided down the turf as well when he threw. See that?
Yeah. He might be stepping on the rubber and he's like sliding off of the rubber.
Well, if you look, we've seen it where the pitchers have almost seemed to lose their footing. I don't think that's what's happening, but from our perspective, it looks rather awkward when that plant leg comes down. Maybe they're just teaching deliveries different now. But a big spot here that he enters into. Mayer will face Cameron Puglisi. A base hit could tie the game.
And you know Saugerties wants to get a base hit, Joe, because as we mentioned already, they had a chance that last inning with 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. So you want to redeem yourself and get a run here in this spot, tie the game, maybe even take the lead with one big swing.
Well, I think, Nick, that for Saugerties, the narrative entering day 2 of pool play will either be blunders on the infield, be it in the form of base running and defense, or an exciting comeback. So I think we know which one they would prefer. White Plains, I think, is leaning in the other direction.
Of course.
We'll see how this one goes, but regardless of the outcome, it's sure to be an exciting finish. Stay with us.
Well, if John Malone knows a thing or two, he certainly, previewed this game well by saying this is going to be a highly anticipated contest, and it surely has delivered in this one.
When it comes to New York State Little League Baseball, he knows more than a thing or two. First pitch from Mayer, in for a strike to Puglisi, but do you remember what I asked him, Nick? Did we give him the PDF rub, or did he give us the Malone rub?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're the ones who got the rub.
Yeah.
He is a very popular guy.
Nothing wrong with that.
That pitch missed for ball 1. Count even, 1 ball and 1 strike.
White Plains faithful certainly not happy with that call. They thought that was on the outside for a strike.
Puglisi in this game 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He's ahead 2-1 here. And it's important to keep the ball in front of you behind the plate in this spot as well, Nick. Whenever there's less than 2 outs, you hate to see that runner move up to 3rd. There's a swing and a miss by Puglisi, 2-2.
Look, he kind of got him to chase on that one. A little bit on the inside and low. Huge pitch now, 2-2.
Mayer comes set, and the lefty delivers. Foul back. Now, we say it all the time, Nick. We're here for the kids. We do this for the kids, but these are the kind of games that we anticipate when the week begins. Everything on the line in the 6th inning. As the count runs full, 3-2.
It's these type of moments that you remember about as a little leaguer when you grow up. You're able to get a big hit right here.
There's a swing and a miss for strike 3. Puglisi strikes out for the 2nd time. 2 away.
How huge of an out right there was that for Mayer, Joe? Huge punch out on a full count pitch. He is now 1 out away from escaping this jam and giving White Plains the victory.
It will be left to Teo Ford. Grounded out to 1st in his lone at-bat. Tying run on 2nd with 2 outs here in the 6th. And Ford swings and misses for strike 1. Comes the 0-1. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Comes the 1-1. Low and inside, 2 balls and 1 strike.
This is also big because if if you're Mayer, you don't want to walk the batter because then you put the go-ahead run at first base.
And there's a called strike 2. Saugerties down to their final strike. Mayer looking to lock it down for White Plains. And that's it on the ground to second. Feldman's got it. Throw to first in time, and White Plains holds on to win it by a final score of 1-0.
Joe, it is not easy to throw shutouts in these Little League Championship tournaments. And White Plains is certainly grateful that they were able to get it done because it looked like on multiple occasions they were going to give up a run. But a great job by this pitching staff. Napolitano started this game. Great performance by him. Mayer got the job done in the 6th inning, and they hang on for a thrilling 1-0 victory to go to 1-0 in pool play.
And I think regardless of what side of this game you're on, I think a big boost for you either way is that you only had to use 2 pitchers. And that's key entering the rest of pool play. But for Saugerties, this obviously is going to be a disappointing result given that they out-hit White Plains 6-3. The base running mistake and the 2 errors proved costly. Those were the difference in the game. But how about the defense from White Plains as well as the clutch pitching? Yeah.
Sensational defense from White Plains. I mean, you have to go back to that 1 inning, the double play ball. I mean, this is a completely different ball game, Joe. We could be in a tie game going to the bottom half of the 6th inning if not for that double play being turned by this White Plains defense. So you have to give your tip of the cap to them. A tough loss for Saugerties in this one where multiple chances to bring home a run and tie the game or maybe even take the lead. And, of course, that 1 error also plaguing them in this game. And now they dropped to 0-1, looking to bounce back tomorrow.
And bounce back they will indeed be looking to do tomorrow when we resume pool play. However, we have one more game coming up for you tonight. That will see Port Washington Youth Activities Little League take on Union Endicott Little League. Before we preview that matchup on our other stream, we want to let you know one final time that all week long you can watch live and on demand for free on YouTube. We know those ads on YouTube can get a bit disturbing, so if you want an uninterrupted viewing experience free from YouTube ads, either live or on demand, you can check us out over on Boxcast with our 2025 New York State Baseball Championship Premium Pass. Scan the QR code or visit the link in the YouTube description. All proceeds benefit Great Kills Little League and the PDF Sports Network. But until our final game here on day 1 of pool play, this has been Joe Foreman alongside Nicholas Bavona. Once again, our final score, White Plains 1, Saugerties 0. Game 4 of pool play coming up next. Different stream, same place, right back here on the PDF Sports Network.